So this one has got what?
It has got all kinds.
All kinds of things. Then salt. Salt?
Only one.
Only one.
Type.
Only one.
Mm,
Then this one,
yes.
they are different things together. This is a plate. This
Different
is
cutlery.
okay.
A
That is good.
plate, a fork, knife.
So at least I think people know these things now.
Yes.
Okay. If you know them,
Yes.
we are going to use that description to give some brief definition of these elements. By the time you finish, you must know what is a pure substance. That pure substance will give us an element. In the elements, if you add like
Compound.
2-3 of them gives us a compound. Now very many compounds mixed together. An example, what is here? You see matoke, you see meat, you see there's even these greens are there. So all these combined together, they have even salt inside. Is it clear? Is what we
Yes.
call a mixture. So this is a mixture, this is a compound, then these are different elements. Okay. Now, in chemistry, we have as many elements as they are here. Have you seen this table?
Yes.
If you try to count, they come to about is it 5,000 or something, or 1,000 something elements here. Have you seen them? Hmm?
Yes.
You have seen
Yes.
them. So if you don't, please make sure you download the book and you view these elements properly, these ones. So here they are trying to tell us that introduction, all different forms of matter or substances are chemical in nature. All different kinds of, all different forms of matter, or substances are chemical in nature. Is that statement true? Hmm?
Pardon.
They are saying that all different forms of matter or substances are chemical in nature. Is it true? Yeah. If you look
Not.
at, if you look at, if you look at the greens we eat, what is inside them? Hmm? What is inside them? Isn't it chemicals? Yes.
Yes.
Good. What about the meat we eat? Isn't it a chemical also?
It's a chemical.
Huh?
Chemical.
So almost all things on earth come back to our word chemical. So the study of these chemicals is very, very important so that you know what you are eating in life. You might be eating something that the body doesn't want, and for you are persisting with it. That's how and why the body reacts differently to different things when you eat them. You find someone who doesn't eat meat, the day he tries to eat meat, the body starts misbehaving. That is what you call allergy. You know that?
Yes.
Good. So all things we eat, they are chemicals in nature. That one shows that the body doesn't want the thing completely. For you to eat it, you look for other chemical means to neutralize that first before you start eating that one. So chemicals can broadly be classified into elements, compounds, and mixtures. In this chapter, you will learn about each of these classes of matter and their properties. So here they are saying during determining purity of a substance, a pure substance is the one that contains only one type of atom or molecule. Do you know the word atom? Hmm? Yes? You have the atom. Eh? Who knows the word atom?
Me.
Okay, yeah. Atom,
The smallest part.
the smallest particle. Uh-huh. Is that all?
Of the elements.
Of the element. That's a very important word. The smallest particle of an element. Uh-huh. Is that all? The smallest particle of an element that takes part
In a chemical reaction.
in a chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction. If you miss out the smallest particle of an element that takes part in a chemical reaction, the definition ceases to be wrong. There are very many small particles, but the one that particularly takes part in a chemical reaction is what we call an atom. So molecules, there are very many. An example is water molecule. Those ones, they like coiling together. Okay? The ones that like moving together. An example of a water molecule. It is not one. There are very many molecules inside. Is it clear?
Yes.
Mm. So
Yes.
the physical properties of a substance include a well-defined melting or boiling point. So those are the one. One, we have melting and the boiling point. If you want to know if that is a pure substance, you must know its melting and boiling point. In this section, you will learn about the chemical elements and how they are, the building blocks from which all other substances are made. So this one was discovered by very many scientists as well as this. This table you see was discovered by this chemist called Mendeleev. Okay, so this periodic table was discovered by this man here. He studied the way these chemicals react and found out that all those ones that have one here react the same way. All those that have two react the same way. So basing on the reaction, he told people how the things behave. And he ended up grouping these things the way you are seeing them. So what you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 8 are what we call groups. Groups. Now, whatever comes down here, you see 1, 2, 3 down. Going across is like this. That is across. When they say something is going across, when they say something is going across, it crosses the other way around from right, actually from left to right. Then when it's going down, it starts from the head up to the legs. So whatever is going across is what we call groups. Then whatever is coming down is called the what? It is called the periods. So we have period 1, period 2, period 3. Then we have groups from 1 to 8. Okay? So this is a more advanced table. I'm going to show you how the one of this level stops. My camera is misbehaving. What's wrong with this camera? So here we have that type of table. This one, I'm going to show you a simplified one. The one that has 80 groups. The one that has about 80 groups. And some few periods, about 3 or 4 of them. just camera there, but we can be talking. So the way of classifying elements, he studied the way of classifying elements, and he called this the periodic table of what? The periodic
Elements.
table of elements.
Uh.
Periodic, he studied them under a certain time, and he drew this table, so he called it a periodic table of elements. So the periodic table shows all elements that exist on Earth. Others are yet to be discovered because we still have very many elements on Earth, very many of them. But for now, these are the ones that exist. So we have those ones that have group 1, we say hydrogen here. This is helium, this is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, this is silicon, this is phosphorus, this is what?
Sulfur.
Sulfur, this is chlorine, this
Chlorine.
is argon, this is potassium, this is sodium.
Potassium.
Now, the one of ordinary level, O level, stops on these 20 elements. You see where one is? Up to 20. Blue. So the one of ordinary level stops at the first 20 elements. First 20 elements. First 20. Now, the first 20, were you given them?
No.
You don't know them. So I don't know which way you are going to cram them, but the first element is hydrogen. Hydrogen. That's the first element, followed by helium. Then you go to lithium. Then you go to beryllium. Beryllium. Then you come to boron. Then you come to carbon. Then you come to nitrogen. Then you go to oxygen. Then you come to fluorine. Fluorine. Then after that, you go to neon. Those are the first 10. First 10. They are there. The second group, we have sodium. Sodium. We
Magnesium.
have magnesium.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
Silicon.
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 Phosphorus. Phosphorus. Then we have
sulfur.
Sulfur.
Chlorine.
Chlorine. Then argon. Argon. Then potassium. Potassium.
Yes.
And calcium.
Calcium.
Those are the other 10. So in total, we have 20 elements at this level. Now, if you know these elements, you must know their correct symbol. Correct? Symbol. Yes? Now, for now, they are saying, what is an element? Do you know the name of any common elements? Which of these elements do you know? Iron and carbon, or sulfur or oxygen? Iron, carbon, sulfur, oxygen. Which of these elements do you know? 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you are reading the book, you make sure those questions are answered. Now, when we return back, we have less than a minute. I must see the correct symbols of these elements. Now, chemistry has started officially. The deep chemistry has started officially. You make sure you know how to write the correct symbol of these elements. Then we shall start from there on Friday. Is it clear?